Hey guys, good day of work today. As you saw, really worked together a lot to try to simulate the speed that we're going to see on Saturday on both sides of the ball. So you saw us take 7-on-7 together in practice, servicing each other just to get that speed. Watching the tape, extremely impressed with Stanford on both sides of the ball in their opening game versus Kansas State. Obviously, they didn't have a game last week with a bye week, so really focusing on the personnel they're using in that first game, and have been very impressed. Offensively, I thought the quarterback was extremely efficient for his first time out, his first start, being 14 of 18 on the day, and really good anticipation, strong arm kid that does a nice job of pulling the ball down and being able to run when needed. The wide receiving core, I think, is extremely solid. I think that's one of the reasons you're seeing a lot of 3 wides from David right now. He's kind of spreading it out just a little bit more than normal. And then, Christian McCaffrey, I think, is dynamic, as we all know. His ability right now to be able to run the ball, be a returner, and then, be a receiver, not only out of the backfield, but they're actually using him in slot receiver positions, outside receiver positions. He's all over the place, so it's kind of like finding Waldo. Where's he at? And you have to be able to locate him. Defensively, very similar to what we saw last week. A defense that's going to jump in 3-4 and then jump into nickel 4 down. You've got to be able to go back and forth and communicate that of what exact personnel is in the game. A lot of movements, a lot of pressures, especially on 3rd down. So the work that we got versus Utah State was very good. Very similar defenses. Issues and injuries. As I said in the Pac-12 media press conference today, as we know, had already confirmed that Osa and Don would not play in our first 2 games. Under the university's further guidance, it has been decided that they have been suspended from participation with our football team. Any questions related to that should be directed to the university, and that's how I've been directed, so I appreciate your respect for that. Injuries, Marvell, we're going to actually, he'll be with he's going to go get checked by the doctor one more time. He was out here today, no contact, moving around, had no symptoms, really felt good, but we've got to get him cleared by doctors to make sure he can go for the game. We should know that tomorrow. You saw Zach Banner not out here today. He has got the stomach bug, so we sat him down. Hopefully he'll be better tomorrow. Noah's shoulder is still not well. He's not feeling well too, so he will actually, I'm about 50-50 for the game, probably not be in the game, to be honest with you. And Rojo's ribs are doing well. His thigh contusion's a little bad, so we sat him for a little bit of practice today, tried to get him moving around a little bit. With that, I'll take any questions that you got.
Assuming good health for Rojo, are you kind of trying to figure out how to unlock him?
Yeah, we really got in a bad situation, in that game. He actually got the injury in the first quarter, actually in the first series that he was in, and really, didn't feel right the rest of the game. The kid I was very appreciative of having, and really thought he did a great job with Sedware, making the most of his opportunity, averaging over 5 yards a carry. I thought did a really nice job, but really would like a healthy Rojo. Obviously, that helps you anytime. Watching what he did, in the Stanford game, in the Pac-12 championship game, that explosive run he had, that speed is always something that we want. I'm looking forward to getting him back.
Has he matured to where you guys can kind of give him more responsibility?
Yeah, you saw we just let him go in the Utah State game. He's not a situational back anymore. He's an every down back. We feel comfortable with him in protection, catching the ball out of the backfield. So we let him go in and go. So it's not just, hey, give me 3 wides, 25. Let's hand him the ball. Let him go in and play.
David was saying today, an early bye, he doesn't like it at all. He's like, this will be like starting over the first game. Are you happy you got two in a row to go into this game?
Well, we needed it. I'll be honest with you. We really needed it, Dan, as far as the improvement from week to week, from go to Alabama and play so poorly, and then come to Utah State and play good, not great. And there's still things to clean up, but as a head coach, you want to see that progression of improving from week to week. So we needed it, and fortunate that we had it.
Will you continue using two quarterbacks against Stanford?
Yes, definitely. I think that's going to be all year. You look at what Sam brought to the table, especially in the red zone. I think about that first half and him being in there. We went 3 for 3 in the red zone, opportunities for 21 points, and he was a part of that. So his ability to run the ball and be a thrower is something that I think, one, his ability to go in progresses him, but two, he's a weapon, and we're going to use every weapon possible on this team to be able to win football games.
Have you noticed any like problems with rhythm with either Max or Sam with their kind of switching up?
I don't think so. I think you make the most of your opportunity. I look at the efficiency of Max. You know, he was 76% on the day. 23 of 30. He had a couple poor decisions that I know he'd want back, and a couple deep balls that we would want back. But overall, I felt the fluidity, and I thought both kids grew in that game.
The bigger deal is that having a kickoff guy that can get it deep into the end zone against anybody, but these guys especially.
Yeah, well, last year we had 11 total, and this year we've already got 7 touchbacks, so it's huge. I mean, it takes so much pressure off your coverage unit, and then I was really proud of them for the 2 times that it did come out. It gave us a little bit of different return on the first return than we were expecting. It was a great adjustment by Coach Baxter to tweak a little adjustment there, and then get it on the 12-yard line the other time that it came out. So very positive in our coverage team, but anytime we can kick it out, especially versus Christian McCaffrey, I'll take that every time.
Stanford's obviously a very physical team. How important is it for you guys on both sides of the ball to match that physicality?
No question. You saw the difference in the Pac-12 championship game. Let's be real. And they were the more physical team in the second half. We took the lead in the third quarter, and from that point on, they were ahead of us in physicality and finishing the game. It's going to be something that we've worked on in spring and fall for this game. And looking forward to seeing where we're at. I know our guys are excited about it. They were excited about coming out last week and improving, and they're excited to go up north and face a very, very good Stanford team.
Do you know yet whether you have a more physical team than you did a year ago?
I believe so. I really do, Adam. I believe we do. I feel comfortable in where our offensive line is growing to. I love the backs on this football team. I think our tight ends have improved from last year until now. But this is going to be a test. You really don't know until you get out there and you go against a great team like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we're at. It's going to be exciting.
And it's only been 2 weeks. Can you guys use this game as a sort of measuring stick?
Yeah, definitely. I think it is a measuring stick. We're playing the Pac-12 champions, and a team that, as we move forward, every game in this Pac-12, you look at the games that were going on last week, every team in this league, if you don't play your best, you're going to get beaten. That's just the way it is. And from here on out, it's all Pac-12 and Notre Dame. So you better bring your A game every week.
With the way Sam comes off the bench in the games, he's kind of coming like a pinch hitter at baseball. How do you prepare a guy to do that?
He's a player. Went 5 of 7 in the game with 2 touchdowns and 2 touchdown passes. So he's always been that type of guy. That's how we practice out here, getting 6 reps for one kid, 4 with the other, and knowing that when it's your opportunity, make the most of it. And he stays warm on the sideline and was very effective going in. I thought helping us in the red zone, and then when he got his opportunity to be an every down quarterback, did extremely well. I mean, the pass he threw to Juju was a great anticipatory throw. It was great growth for both quarterbacks, I thought.
One more?
He's had more situations in 2 games than Max has had in 3 years. Is that part of your thinking, that you really didn't want a guy end up in the 3rd year and hadn't really played?
Yeah, going through it, and we were very fortunate. Cody was a kid that didn't get hurt, and I remember Matt having a couple injuries when I first got here, and how important it was to have that second guy ready. Sam's one play away from having to be the starting quarterback with injury, and for a kid that's a redshirt freshman, if you don't get him out there and let him get some live bullets, and you're trying to beat a Stanford or a Notre Dame or a Washington, a quality football team, I just want to have him ready. Plus, like I said, we're going to use every kid on this team to help win games, whether that's Deontay Burnett, Stephen Mitchell, Darius Rogers, every back has said every weapon we have offensively we need to use to help win games. All right, guys, thank you all so much.
Thanks.